Hi, everyone. Welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2, a special edition of something we're thinking might be better known as Nicely Spicy, because I have Lady D here from a similar YouTube channel, Current Events and Tarot Focus, and we're just excited to collaborate, and this is our first effort, and inviting you to join us. Hi, Lady D.
Hi, Laura. It's such a pleasure to be here. I've been watching you for so long, so this is a trip for me and a pleasure.
So show everybody what your channel looks like so they know what to look for when they're surfing around, and we'll put links in the video description box, of course.
Absolutely. So here's my channel. I think you should be able to see it now. It is Oracle of Delphi, Lady D. It was originally Soul Therapy with Lady D, but since my real name's Delphine, and since I originate the my name originates from the Oracle of Delphi, I figured, you know what? I think I'm going to change it. So that this is my channel, and of course, you can see you are one of my. I subscribe to you, so we basically do the same things, and we both work with God and Yeshua, and we both are patriots. So you and I are very unique. I've never met another tarot reader that works with God and Yeshua the way I do. So this is really a treat and an honor.
Well, thank you for showing your channel. Now let's come back to a bigger picture of you. There we go. Well, I've been watching you too, and yeah, there are other tarot readers that focus on current events, and there's even we're kind of a subcategory if we have a conservative bent to what we do. But
Hmm.
you and I are ones that just kind of say, no, we're not going to channel. We're not going to
Yep.
claim that we've allowed the spirit of Elvis in and he's talking to you. No, no. We get our insights from God and protected by the Holy Spirit, and that's enough. That's enough. And I always say my higher self too. I
Yeah.
sometimes say my higher self is almost like my executive secretary. So that's why when people have asked me, well, what if I did want a message from so and so? Well, if God approves it, it can be relayed through my higher spirit, but I am not going to allow any energy inside me other than that my faith allows. So, because there's a lot of tricky energy out there that looks for a way in and then they stay and do bad things, and I don't want to be that person or go down that path at all.
I
So,
totally agree.
yeah, so we were talking and we thought we'd just chat for a little bit and not take all day because we want you to have time to look at other content and have some fun with your day. And quite honestly, when I look at a recording with some of these people that go on for 2 hours, it's kind of like, oi, how about you, Lady D?
Yeah, no, it's like enough's enough. You don't need to be on for 2 hours. And we talked about this before we hit record. Sometimes I think people just want to hear themselves talk.
That's true. Or you just feel like you haven't gotten your point across and you end up
Right,
kind of talking in circles. Well, we were
right.
looking at current events because that's something we both focus on with our channel. And we saw
Yeah.
two that are happening today. And we're going to talk about two and probably just read about one. And you can see how our similar styles can kind of work together a little bit. So there's a hurricane, Melissa. It's supposed to be like the largest one to hit landfall is what I'm hearing and seeing. How about you? Did you get some news on that? Category
Yeah, it's
five.
it's so yeah,
Looks like it's going to
yeah.
hit Jamaica the hardest.
Ugh, poor
So,
Jamaica.
do you think there's a chance that this all happened naturally, or is it weather shenanigans? What's your opinion on that, Lady D?
I don't think half of any of the hurricanes are natural. I think that's weather shenanigans. That's my intuition.
I heard long ago we didn't even have a hurricane season, you know? So now I
Yep,
don't know. I've never
yep.
lived in an area that was prone to hurricanes. I've always been either on the West Coast or north. And so that wasn't something I had to worry about. But that kind of makes sense to me. Yeah, that if not causing it from the start, augmenting it to cause some destruction. And while it boggles our mind, to think that there is evil out there that hates humanity so much that they like to cause suffering and grief and loss and generate that loosh, which is, I guess their secret sauce, one of them. But there's energy out there that does that, that hates humans that bad. And why they bothered staying here and settling here, I don't know, but we need to get rid of them and let humanity just be humanity, I think. How about you?
Absolutely. I live in Massachusetts, so I've had a few hurricanes and they're brutal. And yeah, I think their days are numbered, Laura. I really think that God is going to take over. And I just think there's more and more of God's light that's been shining upon the earth. And I think that, most of the probably the large principalities that have been kind of the puppets to the puppet masters to the puppets, their days are numbered. So, I mean, I heard on alternative media through different channels that they basically have all of the weapons that control the weather under control, but there are like a few that some of the minions have. So that's probably their last hurrah. They really don't have much going for them. And, they know that their days are numbered. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of their last hurrahs. And as far as why we know why they've been on here, because why they've been harassing humanity, because they lost their connection to God. They need us. They don't have the ability to create. And Satan hates God and hates us because we represent God. And I think that they're jealous of us because
Mhm.
we have God's light and he wishes he was us.
Well, that's the one thing that neither man or Satan can create is our soul. And that is a
Right,
gift. And we
right.
all get one. And that's why it's so vied for. You know, it's such a prize for them to derail us in our path. So
Yeah.
we know that that's part of what's going on too. I think, though, what I've heard is that there's some mobile weather machinery apparatus that is still out there, maybe attached to planes, maybe on boats, etc. So not the big fixed stations that were wreaking havoc with our weather systems, but that
Hmm.
the deep state has still some mobile utilization, and that's why they do some of what they do. So, and I was wondering too if they weren't sending this this big storm front down through Jamaica because there's been this push to destroy those drug running boats. And I just wondered, what's going on with that? Are they trying to stop the efforts to deal with those drug runners, or are they trying to stop the drug runners from trying those trips in bad weather with speedboats?
Hmm.
$500,000 speedboats. Don't you just love the liberal media is like, but they're just poor fishermen. No, they're in $500,000 speedboats. You can't even use those for fishing. Good Lord, what are you thinking, people? Of course, just like I can't figure out why evil has the thought processes they do. The same thing happens with me with liberal mindset sometimes.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I don't understand the liberal mindset. And I don't understand evil. And I don't understand these people that work with the dark. And we talked about this when we were on the phone last week. I don't understand how people think that creation can be more powerful than the creator. And do they really think that they're not going to have to answer to God at some point, even when they pass on, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But speaking of the liberal mindset, we both have touched on the White House renovation.
Hmm.
I pulled up CNN to see what they were thinking because we thought we might just talk about the headlines a little bit today. And according to CNN, which this is the first time in my life I've pulled up their website. Uh, let's see, there's a thing about what's been lost at the White House as that demolition is almost complete. So just, like swan song for the White House. So my X account, I've got an aerial diagram of the White House with the East Wing and the West Wing, and just a little box showing what small portion of those grounds are being affected by that ballroom. But what do you think of all the hue and cry about that and some of the alt media chatter about it?
Well, first of all, they're such hypocrites. I mean, Obama put in a basketball court, and the taxpayers paid it. I mean, it wasn't a private donation. Almost every president has done some kind of alteration to the White House, but it's okay when they do it. But when Trump does it, it's the worst thing in the world. It's the end of the world. But we know that like Trump literally created peace in the Middle East and they still hate him. He
Yeah,
could cure cancer. He could come down like the second coming and they'd hate him. So it's just ridiculous. The guy can't win for losing. We all know what team they're working on. They loved him. They loved him. They loved him until he ran for president, and then he went down the escalator. And then all of a sudden, he became public enemy one. So
yeah.
they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites.
Absolutely. And the now there's all media chatter. People have been saying, what about are they finding things as they excavate and do the demolition? And we were talking about that off screen. I think those discoveries have already happened, which would kind of jive with how we're told this is all a movie.
Hmm.
Number one, but number two, I also hear that the Presidential Emergency Operations Center is located under that East Wing, which is a fortified bunker that can stand a nuclear blast. So it seems to me like that would kind of be a purposeful space that couldn't be used in other ways if it really is the Emergency Operations Center. I think that the other underground problem areas probably were under other parts of the White House. It's just my thought. So I'm not expecting the excavators to see a big headline saying, "Look what we found when we excavated." Plus, the demolition's just about done now.
Right.
So how about you?
I agree. I agree. I think that most they did find a lot of things because we know that a lot of the other presidents that weren't of the light had there's been a lot of dirty and disgusting things happen there. Um, there's been deaths and sacrifices, but I believe that they have definitely been, let's say, found out and discovered a long time ago and cleaned up. And I agree with you. They wouldn't. I believe with the bunker, and I believe that everything that pretty much is dark and dirty has been already found out. And I'm not particularly sure why all of a sudden he's doing this. So it'd be interesting to see what we get in the cards,
Yeah,
because I do believe that he wants to build a ballroom, but you know that he doesn't do anything for just the front purpose. There's always a secondary and a kind of let's say a more important reason. He does things at the front, but then there's a more
there's
important
layers.
reason. Layers. That's a good way to put it. Yes, layers.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping it's because he's anticipating a big Republic celebration. That's
Oh,
what
that would
my
be
hope
wonderful.
is. And he wants
Yeah.
that to be on site. The other thing, too, is I think there may be another purpose going on here. And this is where I thought you and I might go with our read a little bit today.
Hmm.
We can each frame our question to our personal, whatever spirit led we get. But I think there's something to the fact that Washington, D.C., besides being, it should have become a bird sanctuary, but since it hasn't, that what they're doing is cleaning up underneath, and they're also breaking up some of the sacred geometry that was involved that lent dark power to dark power brokers, and that the ballroom is going to actually break up one point of a very evil part of that sacred geometry and nullify it. Just like in some things, if you have a circle and you break the circle, the powers chain is lost. So I think that might be what's going on. And I thought maybe you and I can, and if you want to come at it from sacred geometry and I do, that's great. Or if I do sacred geometry and you want to ask about, the republics or celebration or whatever, let's do it. But how about if we have that be what our individual focus is for the tarot read? Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch your camera to your phone because we figured out a way that Lady D can show all of her card work like I do. And this is her first time trying it on camera on a video. So wish her the best of luck. And we're going to do this. Hang on just a second here.
All right. So I think what I'm going to read upon Laura is what is the reasoning for the ballroom? We all know that we spoke about that he does things in layers. So let's ask the cards. Is there another reason other than, he just wants a ballroom and to host people about why is he doing the ballroom and why he's doing the additions? So let's ask the cards. And of course, we're going to ask higher source, God, and Yeshua. So let's do this. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, can we get a reading on President Trump? What is the real reason why he's doing the ballroom? We know he wants to add on and he wants to have a bigger space, but is there a bigger reason and a hidden reason as to why he is doing the demolition and why he's actually doing the ballroom? So the question is, Lord God and Yahshua, what is the real reason? And is there another reason why he's adding on to the ballroom? And any insights and information, anything that we don't know. What say you, Almighty God, in the name of Yeshua the Christ? And for those of you that watch Laura and I, we read very similar. We both do the Kachina knife. All right. So in the recent past, we got the King of Pentacles. So I'm getting with this that there is more business involved. I'm getting that he wants to bring more. So I do believe there's going to be a celebration, but I do believe this has something to do with business, and he wants to bring more business to the White House. So I'm getting that next year, because I'm not sure how long that the renovations are going to be. I would assume they're not going to be too long because he has the best of the best. But I'm getting that he wants to bring more dignitaries, but I'm also getting too that he wants to bring more, he wants to have more business and more action in the White House. All right. And I'm also getting too that even though he says that there are private donors, I'm getting this one in particular, one donor that is working with the White Hats, and he is the main donor. I'm also getting too that this main donor is working with the light, and there is some kind of like a spiritual cleansing that's happening with that area, because we know that there's been shenanigans and there's been dark and there's been a lot of things that have happened in that White House with prior administrations. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm getting that, yes, he does want to, he wants to bring on dignitaries and have these big, national dinners and whatnot. But I'm also getting to, there's more to meet the eye. And I do believe that there's something to do with the white hats involved. And underneath that, where underneath, I almost feel like they're going to expand what's underneath there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we find out about another donor that's, let's say, heavily to do with the white hats. So I'm getting in the recent past, there's more to meet the eye with the donor list. And there's someone in particular that's not on the donor list that's kind of hidden. And this is the one that is really, I would say, give most of the money, and he is loaded. But I'm wondering why he's not on the donor list. So I think it's a white hat, and there's a reason why he's purposely not on the list. I think he wants to be hidden. And I also think I'm getting, Laura, that this is somebody that might not be in the public eye altogether. Could even be someone that could be in witness protection. All right. Now, in the center here, we got the strength card. All right. So right here with the strength card, I'm getting that, I'm getting a whole new renewal of that area. I'm getting spiritually, there has been a lot of dark, And I'm getting, so you know, with the strength card, it's taming the lion. So I'm getting that there's been a lot of dark energy there. So kind of the when they're breaking up the White House, that energy is being kind of lifted up. I'm also getting to that he does want to bring in a lot more action to that White House. He is very limited with that space. So I'm getting more of anything. And the strength card is all about victory, completion, and also, like I said, taming the lion. So I'm getting there's a lot of energy there that has been dark. So breaking that up is really helping the energy and bringing back the light to the White House. All right. Now we got the Hermit and we got the Six of Pentacles. All right. So that kind of further complements this card here. There is somebody with the Hermit card that is in witness protection. That is the main donor. Okay. And we got okay, so there's the witness protection, there's the Hermit card. And we also got the Six of Pentacles. With the Six of Pentacles, that's generosity. All right. So I'm getting very heavily that there might be a celebration coming with somebody that is in witness protection. And when we find out that this person is coming out of witness protection, there's going to be a humongous celebration. All right. And obviously the way that the White House is and that area is not there's not enough room for all the hoopla and all the people that will be part of this celebration that's coming up. Okay, now we got in the near future, you've got the Page of Pentacles. That is a huge surprise, a huge, huge surprise. So it would not surprise me, Laura, if this person that is one of the main donors and is the reason why there's going to be a huge celebration. Now, granted, there is going to be many celebrations, and we know we're going into the golden age, and we know there's a lot of things to come. But I really believe that this person that is let's say the donor, the main donor, and is coming out is somebody that we could possibly think that we thought that he might have been unalived. It's a man. And I think in the public eye is somebody that we thought is unalived, but we are going to be finding out that he is really, really survived and it was staged. And the world is going to be very, very shocked to realize that he's very much alive and he's been the Hermit. Okay. I also got the Two of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. All right. So the Two of Swords, again, this is a situation that the main, let's say, not the people that are in the know, but I will say the sheeples and the sleepers. This is somebody that people have no idea is still around. Okay, no idea it's still around. And I'm also getting to that this person, they've been planning to bring this person out into the light, but they haven't really decided a way up until recently how they're going to bring him out. All right, but he is going to come out. And with the last card, we got the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is getting that we're going to be very, very happy with when people find out about this person. And again, I'm getting that this person is wealthy, independently funded, has been kind of working independently with the White Hats. And also this person is of the light. And the Nine of Pentacles is all about having your own resources and having your own, let's say, your own resource and having kind of like you have everything put together, well put together. So I'm getting that this person is well put together. I'm getting that this person is very much of the light, has been working with Trump behind the scenes for a really, really long time. And I'm getting that this is kind of going to bring a lot of happiness and completion to the general public, so to speak. So I think we all know who this could be. I give you one guess who it is, but let's do kind of a recap the way you do. So we got it. We asked, is there a real reason other than the fact that President Trump wants to expand because he doesn't have any, there's not enough room in the White House to have a big state dinner. So, and we asked that if there's anything more other than what meets the eye as to the hidden reason as to why he's doing this. So in the recent past, I got the King of Pentacles. So I'm getting that this is pretty much all about mostly one individual that's going to come out into the light. This is somebody that has money, and this is the main donor. And this is one of the main hidden reasons as to why President Trump is redoing the White House and having this ballroom, because this individual is there's going to be some kind of huge celebration in which this individual is going to come out from hiding. The hermit card is all about being hidden, somebody that is self-explanatory. The hermit is somebody that's behind the scenes, somebody that is not in the public eye. We also got the strength card. The strength card is all about taming the lion, taming the dragon, and somebody that is in a position of authority. This is also somebody that is working with the light, and this is he's in a position of strength. Okay. Now, also with the strength card to me is all about somebody that is in good standing with health. So this also indicates that somebody that we thought that could be unalive, but he's very, very healthy. He's very, very with us. And also somebody that has tamed the lion. In other words, somebody that has tamed the dark, that's working with the light. We also got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is generosity. So he has the main donor to this ballroom. Okay. We also got in the near future the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a big, big, pleasant surprise. All right. This is going to be a big surprise to the normies. People like us that watch my channel and yours, Laura, we know who it is. I think we know. And we are not going to be surprised. We're actually been waiting for this individual. However, the regular people, wow, they're going to crap their pants when they find out who is who, and that somebody that we thought was unalived a long time ago is actually very much alive. And this is, I think it's pretty much what we talked about, a captured event. He knew that people were after him, so he staged his own demise to beat the deep state so he could stay alive. And he's been in witness protection for a long time. We also got the Two of Swords. Kind of, this further kind of, let's say, kind of confirms that this is somebody that we can't see. We haven't heard from in a long time. So the general public don't have no idea that this person's still alive and he's in witness protection. But this also indicates that I'm getting that for a while now, they haven't been able to figure out how they're going to roll this person out. And it's going to come out soon. And when this person is rolled out into the public, there's going to be a massive, massive celebration. And it's not just going to be him. I have a feeling that a lot of the people that have been working with the Lions behind the scenes, they're in witness protection. There's going to be a huge celebration. And he's not going to be the only one that's going to be coming out from witness protection, although he's the biggest one. All right. And we also got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is all about wealth and independence and having everything on your own. Somebody that's sovereign, somebody has their own money and is in charge, large and in charge. And that's very much somebody that is independently wealthy, somebody who is in charge of themselves, and somebody that is well-to-do, and somebody that has their own, let's say, very self-assured, and it's also going to be a good news for us. So, Miss Laura, I think we know who it is. And that's what I'm getting.
Whoa, talk about interesting. Well, I want to build on that. You had some nods in your read to the fact that there was some of the purpose was energetic. So let's talk about that with my read. We're going to see if there's any truth in that all media speculation that part of what's going on is breaking up that some dark energy, sacred geometry, so that we can get more light into that area. I'm going to switch camera and we'll find out together. So, is there truth to the alt media speculation? And I hope there is, but let's find out that some dark energy is going to be disrupted with this ballroom expansion on the east wing of the White House, plus additional insights and information. Okay, we got the Four of Wands. We got a hard yes already with the Ace of Swords, Two of Cups, Six of Wands, the Lovers, Five of Swords, and the Sun. Talk about a beautiful thing. So, yes, absolutely. Some of the rationale behind this renovation has to do with breaking up that sacred geometry so that if for some reason we don't totally just level with the rods of God that entire um, district down, we can energetically clean it, repurpose it, and use it for the light. So we got a hard yes with the Ace of Swords and a collaborative effort. This kind of ties back to your read where you said, that you think there's some teamwork going on that isn't making the headlines. I think there's a nod to that here. Plus, look at the recent past. We got the Two of Cups, which is all about um, being in agreement, having an agreement. And JFK Jr. used to love to fly, didn't he? Look at those wings on that lion. Looking at the near future, we got the Lover's card, which is balancing needs and wants. And I think, again, what they're doing is trying to energetically say, okay, if we don't totally level this down because people would clutch their pearls and never recover, what can we do to clean up this area, not just below ground, but energetically moving forward? Okay. And I kind of what I'm getting is that there's going to be at least one large scale monument in the Washington, D.C. area that will be going away. I think it's the Washington Monument, but time will tell. Okay. If not, right now, when it was built, and it was built with lots of Masonic imagery, things like that, one of the things that they stipulated was that there could be no building nearby that was taller than forever than the Washington Monument. Again, it's an energy thing, so maybe just allowing taller buildings to be around, but I think moving that or getting rid of it might be what's going to happen. The near future insight with the Five of Swords is just telling us, they've had to kind of decide, prioritize what they were going to do as far as this project. And again, thinking about DC in particular, what are we going to do? If we don't just level it right away, how can we make some strategic tactical changes to the energy in that area so that it's light filled and moves forward in a path that was not part of the original planning but should have been? And the sun says things are working in the going the right way. It's all coming about the way they wanted it to. So we got some real positive things here with the collaboration and agreement showing up. The protection of innocent life here, which is always what the Six of um, Swords means to me, going from a place of chaos and darkness to lightness and more protection and prioritizing innocent life. So I love this card. We got our hard yes here. And it's looking really good. So yeah, energetically, there is an energetic objective to this ballroom. It's not just celebratory. It's not just somebody wanting to make a lasting change to the White House that'll have their name on a plaque. That's not it. It was energetic and it's purposeful. So I'll do a real fast recap too, and just let you know that the question I posed to the universe was there truth in the alt media chatter that what's really going on here, or one of the things going on here is doing a dark energy disruption and breaking up the sacred geometry that was providing that dark energy by changing the configuration of the White House. And we got a hard yes with the Ace of Swords, and also kind of a nod that there was some to what Lady D said, that there's some agreements and there's some collaboration going on here that is not necessarily in the public eye. And the final card was the Sun, saying things are just moving forward in absolutely the right way. And so, yeah, the ballroom that's going in, it's not a vanity project. Okay, it is purposeful and it is energetically significant. And that's what we got with my portion of the read. Well, as far as I know, that's it for this first edition of Nicely Spicy with Laura and Lady D. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. I've been watching you for a long time, so this is an honor and it's so exciting for me. Thank you so much for having me on, Laura.
And thank you for watching us, everybody. We appreciate it so much. We send you love, light, and everything bright. If you're willing to accept it, it is yours. And especially your patience, because we're on a learning curve technology-wise, and appreciate your patience very much for our home production that we're sending with love to you. Bye.